Today we're going to be doing a spot of needle felting, so stick around if you want to find out what I'm going to be making. Hello and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube. I've got a box. It's from World of Wool. This is the fault of the people in Anna Claxton's Discord channel. This is the fault of Sue. Sue, double O Sue, should I say, who pointed us towards the World of Wool sale. And I had to indulge because wool. Not like I've not got a whole couple of baskets of wool tops hanging around ready for use, but I couldn't resist because it was such good pricing. So let's have a little look inside and see what I've got. I've taken the outer covering off. Let's have a look at what I got. So lots of shiny packages. First thing on top, I got these crimson wool locks. There's 50 grams of those. I've got my invoice here. Let me see how much they were. I can tell you how much I got them for. The crimson wool locks were £2.10, which I think is a bargain for 50 grams. They are luscious. I love them. Look at these. Look how pretty they are. So they were the first thing I got. Sealing them up again. They stay in these bags because it protects them from all kinds of horrible stuff. What else have we got here? We have got some, I think this is Corriedale. This is Corriedale Sliver. It's called Ruby Slippers. This was £2.15 for 100 grams. Again, I think that's pretty good. Ruby slippers. Ho, ho, ho. Look at that colour. It's so pretty. Love, love, love. I am not complaining at none of this. It's all good stuff. I really want to go and visit. I don't know if they've just reopened their showroom or warehouse. The next time I'm up north, I will probably make a visit because I'll be like in wool heaven. I think this is another Corriedale. Yeah, this is Dragon Egg Blue. Oh, look. Pretty dark teal. Yes. And this one looks to be another Corriedale. I do like my Corriedale, especially for needle felting. Love it. This one is Oxide Orange, which is like a beautiful rusty colour. Love that, love that. I'll fasten them up later. This is another Corriedale, is it? Oh no, it's a Cheviot. It's the Night Cheviot, which is this beautiful, like an indigo blue colour. Oh, pretty. I'm drooling. Oh, I'm drooling already. And then I've got these beautiful, like variegated ones. So this one was called Higgledy Piggledy. Higgledy Piggledy, that's right. And that was £2.40 for 100 grams. But look at the variegation on that. I mean, whether you are spinning or felting or whatever, look at that, it's so pretty. This next one was Hickory Dickory, a mate of Higgledy Piggledy, which is a similar kind of variegation, same price. And this one was Bonnie B. This was only a 50 gram one. So Bonnie B was £1.50. To a grand total of £15.66, which I don't think is bad for all that lot. Look at that beauteous bumblebee. Oh, so pretty. Bonnie Bee, not a bumblebee. So I thought I would do some needle felting today. Having been inspired by all these beautiful colours, we've got a lovely empty box there. I'm going to put all those back in there because I can just move them off my desk then for a second and decide what I'm going to do. I have an idea of what I want to do. Kind of inspired by my art cards, and kind of inspired a little bit by Kandinsky, and kind of just wanting to chill out with something that's really easy and just relaxing. So that's the plan for including some of this. I might include some of the other wall felting bits I've got as well. But I'm inspired, and I especially love that dragon egg blue. Oh, that's such a pretty colour. Anyway, let me move this off the way and I'll get to what I'm thinking of doing. So I've got out my needle felting brush mat. I've got out the pad as well, just in case I need that for anything. And I have a plan now. I've got the needle felting spider out as well. He holds all the spare little singular needles and a pin for some strange reason, but that's his job. So he's sitting over there. In this bag I have some squares, and these are blankety squares I got a while back, and I've been thinking of things to do with them. I've been thinking of doing brooches maybe, but then I've had a thought that I want to do a cushion, and it's going to be a cushion that is made up of Kandinsky style circles in the middle and various stitchery going on around them. So that's the plan. I've got my new my new wool that I got today, and I'm just going to pick out a square and pick out, really like that ruby, but I think I'm going to go with the oxide orange for this one, probably. So just grab that out of the box, and a backing for that. So I've got to have a little search through these. So these are all like cut up blanket that's been dyed. I bought them from a place called In Stitches, but their shop isn't open at the moment for some reason, so there's no more of these for now. But it's no good them just sitting in a bag, is it? This is my thought. It's no good them sitting in a bag when they could be made into something beautiful that you can look at. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a cushion, and I can make these whenever the fancy takes me. And the fancy's taking me right now. So let's have a little look. So that looks good on that mustardy colour. Not so good on there. Oh, it looks quite good on that green as well. That's a contender. Let's put that on one side. No. Maybe not too close. That's the same mustardy, yellowy colour. Slightly different. Looks good on there as well. No. Yeah, it does look good on the teal. Right, okay, so let's have a little look. So we've got mustardy, green and teal, which are the ones I kind of favoured. So let's lay them out and have a look. It would stand out most on the mustardy one, for sure. Yeah, let's do that. Decision made. So what I want to do, I've got a little armful of this, and I'm just going to roughly put it together in a squircle shape. It's a technical term for a circle, by the way. Oh dear. Okay. And felt it down. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, although it can be. So if you like something to be quite precise, then it can also be precise. And I'm just going to felt it as it lies. You wouldn't let it lie. I am letting it lie. Okay. This is a nice mindless, well, not mindless, but mindful kind of task, should I say, where you have to concentrate obviously on where the thing is and where your fingers are. That's the important thing. But I find this very relaxing. So I'll be able to do this when I want to just relax and just enjoy the colours and the shapes that are created whilst stabbing a piece of wool. And I have got a bag of little woolly scraps that's been hanging around on my desk for a while. So I am going to use that as well to add into my pieces. So I've got some, that's a similar colour to that, isn't it? What have we got in here? Look at this, we've got yarn, we've got wool felt, it's all hanging around together. Ooh, I like that. We might have to have a bit of that in there somewhere. Oh, that orange is nice. I think that's a bit of pumpkin. I'm sure that's a bit of pumpkin. These are all bits of threads and things that I stuffed in this bag, thinking that they would definitely come into a felted piece at some point in time. See, we've got some glittery bits in there. Okay, what do I want to put in first? Do I want a bit of yellow in there? And then bring in a bit of the orange? Maybe. Let's do that. So put some of this off there. This one is from the Makers. I got a few of their boxes last year, or was it the year before? Time goes so quickly. It could have been the year before. And they came on these little sheep, which were really cute. So I'm using up some of those. Let's fill that one in. So my plan is to put these together in a patchworky fashion and make a cushion, because all of these colours will go in my living room for sure. So that is the main reason for doing this, these colours. So I was engrossed. Right, so where was that little bit of indigo felt? I kind of like that, but I want to make it into a circle, so I'm going to have to cut it, aren't I? Because this one's a piece of actual felt. It's wool felt, but it's already been made into a piece of felt, so I'm just going to vaguely cut it into a circle and stick it in there. And I'm going to felt it in. Ooh, liking this already. Yes, 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 yes. And what I want to do is, once I've got this down, is you can see how quickly that all works up. Obviously, you can spend a bit more time making sure they're very securely in there. But once it all works up, then I can stitch into it. And then the idea will be to join them together with a flat seam or of some kind, which I will have a look at, and then make them into a cushion front, which I can enjoy looking at. So we've got the basics of our Kandinsky inspired circles going on here. Now I want to show you one that I made previously so you can see maybe how it will go. So that is one, it's like Blue Peter. This is the one I made earlier. This has got a little bit of stitching going on in it. I don't know if it's finished yet or not, but I think that it's going to look really nice. So when I put them all together with all their varying circles and stitchery, this is just a rough idea of how it might go. Obviously it's going to be bigger than this, but I'm just giving you a general. So those are all going to look really nice. The blanket squares all go together beautifully well, and nice and bright for me as well. And it's like jewel brights really. And I really love how they feel to felt into. So yeah, so the question is, how many do I need? I probably need about 25 to make a cushion front, and I've definitely got 25 here. So that's going to be a little other side quest project. Everything's circles. I've got my Losing Your Marbles quilt to start quilting, which I will be doing fairly soon. So I'm trying to clear my middle table for that. It's a big table that I can adjust the height of, and I can either stand and do some stitching or sit and do some stitching. So that's going to be the plan for that one. I've got Abstractory, which is going on at the moment, and that's going really well. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing with that. And I've had as I say, the art cards that I did gave me the kind of ideas for this Kandinsky-esque escapade. Let me grab those out. So although they're not kind of, I mean, things like that, I've just bagged these up, but, and the circle, I love those colours together. So doing something like that with some stitchery on it, I think it's going to work out fairly well. If I can't stitch them together to lay flat, which I'm sure there is a stitch that I can use for them to lay flat together and pull them in together, then I could always put them on another piece of felted blanket, a bigger piece, and then just sew them down. So that is not a problem. In fact, I can't see any problems really. So I'm going to get on with some stitchery. So on this one, I've kind of done like running stitch and then gone in between with another thread. I've also gone with a very fine line of that yellow around there, and then I've done a chain stitch in a wonderful thread around the outside of that. So I can do lots of different variations on the theme with this. I could add in more needle felting if I wanted to, but for that I kind of like that one. So I'm just going to play around with all the colours and see how it goes. Yeah, let me know if you're having a go at something like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be a cushion that you're making. You could make something for the fronts of journals. Let me show you. So again, on a circle theme, I've got this beautiful little pink pig journal that I have made a circular thing for, and then it's just gone on to the front of that. We've got an owl in there. We've got Bertie the owl. So I made this and then just put it on the front of my journal, and I like to do that with these pink pig journals. They just scream out for something really pretty on the front of them, and I do that with all of mine. Not necessarily circles either. I did this one, which was kind of that's my everyday collage book that I'm collaging into at the moment. And this is how they are when they come blank. I like these pink pig sketchbooks because they have this beautiful like mulberry paper covering. Look how nicely they go with these squares. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, they do match in rather well with the squares, don't they? So circular things to decorate the front of your journals. If you've got one of these little journals, I use these a lot. As I say, I've got a whole host of them. I just keep buying them and adding to my collection of colours. So yes, it's a nice way to relax. You're not doing something huge. You know, you're just having a nice relaxing time, and you can just take these and stitch into them, do whatever you like with them. You could make them into cards as well. You could put them on the front of a greeting card, and that would be absolutely well received by anybody who you sent it to. Anyway, again, that's it from me. I hope you've had an enjoyable time looking into my World of Wool box. I can't wait to go and visit their warehouse. It looks amazing. So I'm going to be looking into that for when I next go up north to visit all my favourite places. And also just a little bit of needle felting. It doesn't need to take too long. You can just do one of these in about, I would say, a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You could do if you were rushing. You could take a lot longer if you want to. That's it from me. I hope to be back here very soon with something else. So don't forget to like and subscribe. That's very, very important because it tells the YouTube gods that this channel is worth watching. And it really does help me. So if you aren't liking and subscribing, it costs you nothing to do either of those things. And also if you subscribe, you'll get to know every time I put up a new video. That's enough from me for today. I'll be back here very, very soon with something else. Bye for now.